Hey everyone, today we're going to be talking about the top 5 sprinting tips to help you become a faster sprinter in a road race. So, this is a recording from the Alex Steida Classic race from this weekend. It's 88 kilometers, 3 laps, and this is the last 1.5 kilometers of the race. So, let's start right away. Number 1, get in position. So, with 5 kilometers, even 10 kilometers to go, you're going to want to think about what it means to be in the front. So whether that means you're off the front because you have a lot of power left or you're in the top head of the peloton, you want to be somewhere up there in the front where you can react to changes or be the change yourself. Today we're talking about sprinting, so we're not going to talk about going off the front, but you want to be within the top 10, maybe 15 people in the head of the peloton here, and that's exactly where I am. I'm essentially not too far ahead that I'm using a lot of energy and taking strong pulls off the front, but I'm not too far back that if someone right in front of me, say 460, was about to just take off right now, that I couldn't follow on the outside. And notice here how 427 on my right is in a bit of a more aerodynamic position, actually a much more aerodynamic position, but he's cut off. So if someone was to go off the front on the left-hand side here, they would have no place to go. Me, on the other hand, I can either follow the wheel on the left or go straight forward, and I have some room to maneuver, so that's personal preference. But if you do want to be more reactive, you're paying a bit of a price by putting in a little more effort. That being said, I'm doing 160 watts here, so nothing too significant. Okay, tip number 2, follow wheels. As you can see, I've been doing that, and that follows from tip number 1, but it's really important that you're not blindly following wheels here. You're strategically following people who are making moves. You're following up and seeing who is going to be your top competitor during the sprint. So you're looking around, you're paying attention, but at the same time, you're also thinking about the present. If you see someone go off with less than a kilometer to go, you need to make sure that you're on that person's wheel right away. Tip number 3, don't sprint too early. This is a very personal preference, and it's all about what your high power is. So I have a good 1 minute power. That means I'm going to be sprinting with about 500, 600 meters to go. I don't have that in this race. I'm with a whole bunch of strong sprinters in a tailwind, so I'm not in a position to do that. But if I'm going to sprint, I'm going to sprint early. If you're someone who's able to put out 1,300 watts for 10 seconds and that's your power, then sprint with 100 meters to go. You really have to know yourself. That being said, if it's a headwind and it's uphill, that's a really good opportunity to go off the front. Here, not so much. If you sprint early, like this person's doing, what you're going to end up happening is someone else is going to take advantage of that. Take your wheel. If you watch, I'm following this person's wheel. And what's going to happen is everyone's going to catch up earlier on, and you're not going to get your glory because someone else is going to have more power towards the end of the race. Okay, number 4, really just to reinforce following wheels, make sure that if someone's going, you're on their tail right away. So you can see I'm following 410. 410 has no sprint left, so now I'm following the next person, and I'm jumping between wheel to wheel safely so that I can stay in the race here. If I was to follow on 410 and I didn't follow and exploit that gap, I would have no place to sprint. Finally, don't sprint too late. At a certain point, you just have to go for the sprint. So here I am, a little bit late and not quite enough time to catch up to the leader, but there you have it. 5 tips really quick. Have fun and enjoy.